by the time I'm recording this audio, I have not finished Sonic Frontiers because I'm playing the final update for the DLC round. There's a lot of noise going on. Some cutscenes have been impossible to get because Sonic YouTubers want to put their names on it as if they actually own them. I haven't even started recording yet. I'm already pissed off. So please, let's get into Sonic Unleashed versus Sonic Frontiers. Cue the music. Our story begins in a world, in space, outside of our own world. In my opinion, the best opening cutscene that has ever graced. I don't even think this is an opinion anymore. I think this is just a fact of life. This is the best opening in the entire Sonic series. Everything here is absolutely perfect. The action, the animation, everything. It just screams Sonic. This is the most Sonic thing we have ever seen in the entire franchise, and I am so here for it. We even get some really cool slow motion stuff. God, he's so cool! And it also shows that Sonic is not here to fuck around, because right at the beginning of the game, he transforms into Super Sonic. He is not here to play games, bro. Well, he is, but at the same time, he isn't. He's here for business. It's like when Trunks actually went Super Saiyan to defeat Frieza. He's not here for shits and giggles. He's here to take things into his own hands. And I absolutely love that. Super Sonic catches up to Eggman, and he pleads for mercy. And Sonic is like, "Huh, you are a stupid little bitch, Egghead. You should have played nice." And then Eggman tricks him, and he actually captures Super Sonic. And then we get, well, something kind of important for this game. How do I say it? Yeah, this.
I'm not a furry on camera. Haha, you're a furry.
Yeah, but that's not it. He takes his penis laser and shoots a laser onto the world, destroying it. That's a bit overkill, don't you think, Eggman? But that's not what's important. Eggman awakened a giant beast summoned from hell, and he took the life of the Chaos Emeralds. And what does Eggman do instead of taking the Chaos Emeralds now that Sonic is weakened? Well, he sends Sonic to the world. It would be kind of funny if he did fall on the freaking core of the earth, but no, this is a Sonic game, not an Eggman game. But it still would have been really funny to see. But that giant monster infected the world with his semen. Now it's all fricked. But don't worry, Sonic is fine. The game is called Sonic Unleashed after all, not Eggman Unleashed. So he survives that big ass fall because he's Sonic. I guess you could say that, he's, the Werehog here, but like, yeah. I think the Werehog is fine. I think the Werehog's design is kind of weird, but not a deal breaker or anything. We find this little chihuahua thing on the ground, and Sonic tries to wake him up by poking him instead of eating him. It's fine, that's kind of dark. And just like Shadow the Hedgehog, he has amnesia. What's with Sonic games and amnesia? I don't know. And we kind of know that Sonic fell on him, and that's why he lost his memories. Dang it, Sonic! You are so mean! Although Sonic just met this little guy, he will help him, because he is him. The sun comes up, and Sonic goes back to normal a la Shrek. Wait, does that mean that Sonic is a princess? After going through the first stage, Sonic and the little guy go to Apotos. Honestly, a really nice place to live in. Sonic, after realizing that the little guy has an orgasm after eating some ice cream, he decides to call the little guy Chip. And honestly, I'm very, very conflicted on Chip, but the way he talks about ice cream and comes, it's epic. I'm so sorry. As we go through Apotos, it becomes nighttime and nobody remembers the little guy, aka Chip, yeah, whatever. Sonic sees the moon and he becomes the Werehog.
Whoa, Mr. Monster Guy is back.
Chip accidentally drops the ice cream and Sonic becomes Monkey D. Luffy. What the hell?
Sonic, your arm just stretched.
これはモンキー D ルフィよろしく。
As we go along, we find our boy Tails, who is actually about to get killed by these giant monster thingies. They are so spooky. But of course, because the game is called Sonic Unleashed, Sonic beats them up like it's nothing and saves Tails. Sonic and Tails walk around, talk a bit about life and all of that and how to fix the world, and Tails actually suggests something good. They should go to Espagonia to visit someone called Professor Pickle. And he has some data on how to restore the world and save the universe. Okay, not that far. He shows us his tornado, his in quotations, and we go flying to Spagonia. But sadly, it turns out that Professor Frickle was kidnapped. Aw man, we were doing so well! They come to the conclusion that it was Eggman who kidnapped Professor Frickle, but we don't know. It could have been Santa Claus for all we know. And then Chip dies. Yeah, that's kind of morbid and cool foreshadowing. Tails says a stupid line, and then we are gonna go and find the professor. And of course, we find the most epic character in the world, Professor Frickle. And he is complaining not about being kidnapped, not that he could possibly die, that the sandwiches suck. Now this guy is the real him. And then Sonic does another cool One Piece reference. And all of that epicness was for Tails to get this thing that we don't know what it is, but he will explain it, I promise. Professor Pickle explains that whatever the hell happened is because the giant beast was awakened prematurely because of Eggman. And that thing is called Dark Gaia. Sonic is tasked to go to different temples so he can revive the Chaos Emeralds so he can save the world. And along the way, Eggman is terrorizing innocent civilians because he is an asshole. But yeah, he's a villain, so it makes sense. Of course, because the game is called Sonic Unleashed, he defeats the robots like it's no big deal. Because he is him!
Sonic!
Yo, Eggman! Thanks for that little skydiving adventure the other day.
Obviously, Sonic follows Eggman. I mean, you didn't expect him to not follow him? I mean, come on, it's like Batman and Jokers. And then Eggman, a man with 300 IQ, asks the dumbest question in the entire franchise.
Eggman!
How'd you get here so quickly?
Bruh. Sonic defeats Eggman quite easily, and we finally do it. We find the first Temple of Gaia. The temple is really pretty, actually. I really like the art design here. Chip touches the hole, and the Gaia temple is now shaking. What the hell? This is so mysterious. What is going on? And look what happened. This mysteriously penis-shaped hole has to be the answer to our problems, right? So Sonic walks right to it, and then he puts the Chaos Emerald inside it, and I wonder what it's gonna do. Maybe nothing that important. The Chaos Emerald came back to life! Woohoo! It's a miracle, baby! And that is the main reason why Eggman wanted to destroy the place. It all makes sense now! And then a giant earthquake hits the earth. Or the temple. Sorry, it's actually the earth. I'm sorry. If you're telling me that no one died when the earth was destroyed, you're telling me no one died when the earth actually came back there? Anyway. And then after this, Sonic himself goes back to Spagonia to visit the Professor Frickle. I'm sure we won't meet anyone there.
Found you, Sonic!
Holy freaking frick! It's Amy! Honestly, this Amy right here, she's actually one of the least annoying Amy's we ever had in the entire franchise. She's not great, but she's not bad either, so take that for what you will. And Sonic starts doubting himself. Is he really so unrecognizable that not even his biggest fangirl can recognize him? Now that is super freaking sad. Not even chocolate can make him happy. But we don't have time for that because the people in the streets are dancing to Michael Jackson. But it turns out that the beautiful people of Spagonia and the world are actually under control by Dark Gaia with his dark semen thingy. I don't know what the fuck is that, but it looks like semen, dude. Chip takes a picture of those people and then some monsters come out of the people, and that's kind of weird. They're controlling them like puppets, but oh, it's okay. Anyway, Sonic is about to beat them the frick up. And that's what he actually does. He saves everyone. And instead of looking Amy right in the eyes, confess his love, he goes flying around like he's freaking Spider-Man. Now that is epic. Sonic and Chip go to Chang'an and find the giant phoenix bird of fire trying to save an elder man. I don't know how the hell he's not dead yet. Of course, Sonic beats it the frick up and they go inside the second temple to restore the second Chaos Emerald. After this, we get some exposition that the giant bird is finally come back to its senses. And the phoenix itself was supposed to guide the Gaia Temple. And that's cool. Meanwhile, Eggman is in his lab, doing some research, I guess. And then he finally gets to eat. And holy crap, that burger is a big one! And Eggman is using the power of Dark Gaia just to create Eggman Land. And it's 27. Holy crap, that guy ate it really fast. This guy! Anyway, some exposition later, and Eggman is creating his second boss fight for Sonic. After that, the story takes a huge backseat. Huge backseat. Nothing much happens in the story. That's kind of the main issue. That I get it. The point of Sonic Unleashed is to interact and what the kind of people you meet. But, this whole story of Sonic having to actually restore the Chaos Emeralds before it's too late, yeah, they don't do much with it, which is kind of sad. But you know what? I don't need a huge story in a Sonic game, a dramatic or dark story with death and all of that to be great. But here, the story itself, well, there's nothing much to it. Even though I do like it because of the character moments with Sonic and Chip, we'll get there later. But overall, nothing much happens in the story, sadly. It isn't up until very, very later on in the story that the story picks up again with Eggman. The robot does a mean comment on Eggman, and Eggman straight up dabs. And then after that, the story takes another backseat. But we finally get to the 6th Chaos Emerald, and this is the part where the story itself picks up, and it becomes one of my favorite pieces of Sonic in, history. I love the parts from Adabat up until the ending in Sonic, at least for Sonic storytelling. I think this is really, really damn good. Chip is afraid, but Sonic is like, haha, this is just an ordinary temple. And Chip is like, no man, I'm scared that I won't get my memories, you dick. After we get the 6 Chaos Emeralds, Chip gets sucked into the wall like it's Super Mario 64. And Chip finally gets his memories back.
Sonic, I remember now. All of it.
we finally get Chip's backstory. His name is actually Light Gaia, and he is supposed to be the complete opposite of Dark Gaia. He had to protect the planet from him or it. I don't care. But because, Eggman broke the world apart, Dark Gaia went berserk, and Chip, not only because Sonic fell on top of him, he lost his memories as well. And Chip also reveals that he has been alive for millions upon millions of years. Ages and ages. You know what? Maybe Chip himself isn't that much of a dumbass that we thought. There's more to him than just his love for food. But right after that, we get one of the best examinations of Sonic's character we have ever seen in the entire franchise. And it's honestly really beautiful, and it really makes me wish we get more of this Sonic.
I haven't done anything, Sonic. You're the reason you haven't changed at all. You're too strong to lose yourself.
I'm the reason?
Yeah, you never doubt yourself, no matter what. You never give in to the night or the darkness inside your heart. I think it's because I knew that about you. That's why I wanted you to help me.
And Chip reminisces of the entire adventure that we had, the people that we met, the food that we eat, everything we have gone through. It was magical for him. Like he was living since the very beginning of time, and he has never actually got to live life. And this moment alone, it just brings comfort and it makes him happy, and it's honestly really beautiful. He says goodbye to Sonic, and of course, Sonic being Sonic, he doesn't let Chip go alone. And honestly, one of the best lines we have ever heard from him in the whole series. I absolutely adored this.
Do I need a reason to want to help out a friend?
Thanks, Sonic.
Okay, that's it. No more emotions for now. Sonic and Chip go to Eggman Land to take down Eggman once and for all in the freaking hardest level in the entire game, and also the longest. They do it. They revive the final emerald. It's finally all coming together. We got all 7 Chaos Emeralds, baby! Let's go, Super Sonic! And now we get to go back and enjoy peace. And Chip will finally say goodbye, since Dark Gaia will be sealed within the core. It's been real, Chip. I'm gonna miss you, buddy. You're the best friend I could ever ask. What do you mean Tails is here? We get some exposition with Tails, and then he gets hit with something. I think it was a pillar or something like that. And you know what? It shows that the safety first. Never video cam when you're flying. But it's not over. It's Eggman again! No! I thought we did it! I thought we saved the world! He destroys the platform, and we fall to our doom. And honestly, this is actually the best boss introduction in the entire franchise. I don't care what anyone says.
This gorge will be your tomb!
But it's no big deal. We defeated Eggman like it's nothing. This guy is a pathetic joke. But what's this? No, I thought we sealed it forever. It can't be. No. It's
Dark Gaia.
Oh God, what are we gonna do? We're so screwed. Oh, look at Dreamcast. And just like every monster from the 2000s, Dark Gaia betrays Eggman. Dark Gaia attacks us. We dodge every single attack because we are so epic. But then, something bad happens. Dark Gaia takes the Werehog. He takes his power, his darkness. It can't be. We're losing power. We're going back to normal. This is what we wanted, but at what cost? Dark Gaia grows 3 eyes. And you know what? It's really sad because if Sonic gives up hope and he's about to die, he tells Chip to run. The guy is fucked. But you know what? Chip does something really epic. He turns into a giant ball of light and he calls forth all the Gaia temples. Suddenly this game becomes Power Rangers to create a giant Megazord. This is a real battle of titans. This game became not only Power Rangers, not only Resident Evil, it became Pacific Rim. Sonic Unleashed is absolutely insane. This ending is absolutely wild. I love it. We think we defeated Dark Gaia, but it's not over yet. Because he screams like a bitch and then he sends the entire semen all over the world. Man. Everything is fucked. Everything is hopeless. What are we going to do? Something I do like is that it doesn't matter that everybody has no hope for the world. Amy herself doesn't give up on Sonic, and honestly, I don't know, I really like that.
That won't happen. There's no way Sonic will let it end like this.
But here we go, the final battle. Dark Gaia. One of the sickest transformations I have ever seen in this franchise. Becomes a giant kaiju monster from Godzilla. Holy crap, what the hell is this, bro? But it's not over yet though. Sonic is still there. We have the 7 Chaos Emeralds. Everything might seem like it's fucked, but it's not. There's still hope as long as I am still alive. Because Sonic is him, gosh darn it.
Let's do it!
After such an intense battle, Sonic one-shots Dark Gaia right in the middle of his eye, and he finally dies! Burn, baby, burn! But because the battle was so intense, Super Sonic goes back to base. And he... oh no! He almost dies. But thank God, Chip was there to save him. Sonic faints and a sad piano plays. But it's not all bad. Because now that we defeated Dark Gaia, the world can go back to the way it was. It's a miracle. It's beautiful. We did it. We saved the world. We saved the people. We are legends. Gosh dang it. Orbot Prototype. He does a French girl impression, and Eggman chases him forever. Actually, it's my headcanon that Eggman killed it, so he made Orbot then. that would be kind of funny. But that is it for Dr. Eggman. Bye-bye! Professor Frickle talks about there being a balance between the light and the dark, because we all need that balance, or else it would just go... It wouldn't be a balance. That's so stupid. Amy is about to prepare herself a party for Sonic's comeback. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Hoping she brings chili dogs. But back with Sonic and Chip. It's not looking good, guys. It's looking really bleak. And honestly, it's kind of sad. Chip didn't deserve this, but it's part of his job. He appears in front of Sonic, and he says his final goodbyes. And Sonic calling out for Chip. That's the final time they interact with each other. And Chip throws Sonic. And that is it for our good friend Chip. You know, I'm getting a sense of deja vu. Well, Sonic is not a werehog anymore, so I think he's dead now, right?
Ow!
Huh. Maybe not. As Sonic looks around, he finds Chip on the ground. He's alive? No, he's not. He disappears, and we get his final goodbyes.
I'll never forget you. I'll be here by you, always. A part of the earth you tread.
Sonic takes one goody nail, sells, and then he goes running off. His final goodbye to Chip. But hey, it's not all bad. We got Tails back. And in my opinion, the best song in the franchise, Endless Possibilities. This song is about Sonic. It's what Sonic's about. And with that, we end our adventure, and the story for Sonic Unleashed is over. The story of Sonic Frontiers starts with my boy, Dr. Eggman. He finds this giant thing that just does a portal and brings a lot of things from another dimension. It will be explained later, but for the context here, what the fuck is going on? Sadly, Eggman gets sucked into that portal thing. Bye bye, Eggman. We cut to Sonic, Tails, and Amy. And honestly, the voice direction for this game is so different to what it used to be back in Sonic Lost World, Sonic Forces. Sonic's voice sounds deeper and honestly, sounds a lot better.
You tracked the Chaos Emeralds here, right? Let's find out what drew them here.
As they were looking for the Chaos Emeralds, they also get sucked in. Was this something because of Eggman created? Oh, what the hell is going on? This story doesn't make sense so far. Sonic is all alone in an island with one of those things that Eggman found early in the story. What the hell is going on? It's kind of mysterious, and it also has this melancholic vibe to it, which I am personally a fan of. And you know what? For the first time, Sonic actually sounds like a young adult, which I appreciate, because you know how this story is going. I feel like it was 100% needed.
Looks like I'm the only one who made it out of that. Whatever it was.
Sonic gets called by this mysterious voice up in the sky. He apparently is the key. What key exactly? Well, the key to the dimensions and all of that.
You have done the impossible. You have escaped cyberspace through your own power. You are the key.
She also tells Sonic that he should go and look for the Chaos Emeralds. For what exactly? Well, for this.
Find the Chaos Emeralds. Destroy the Titans. Tear down the walls between dimensions.
And that is all it's gonna tell us. I guess, some direction is better than none, I guess. Along the way, we find Amy, who is trapped on this cyberspace thingy. Oh, poor Amy. But it's fine because we somehow saved Amy, but at the same time we haven't. And also that corruption thing, it went inside of Sonic. But hey, he's fine. He's Sonic. He can never die. He can never be corrupted. But it doesn't matter now. We have to save Amy. And she tells him to be careful, which Sonic responds,
Careful? Where's the fun in that?
Meanwhile, Eggman is trapped in cyberspace. Is he going to be playable? Is he going to be super fast like Sonic? No, he's not. But hey, that would have been cool. And we also get a nice joke, because for the first time, I had a chuckle in a Sonic game. The technology is even more advanced than whatever Eggman has, and that makes him jealous. As Sonic collects the second Chaos Emerald, a giant Titan thing appears out of nowhere. What the hell is that? It attacks Sonic, and whoa, what is this? Can Sonic defeat it as his space form? What the freaky frick is that? And we also get introduced to a new character called Sage. And honestly, she is one of the most interesting things in this game, and personally, a really great introduction to this cast, which actually kind of like Sage. Anyway, Sonic attacks the giant Titan, but he is no match for it. He is thrown around like the way I throw rocks on a river. It is clear as day that Sonic stands no chance against this giant Titan, so he clearly needs the Chaos Emeralds so he can stand a chance.
And maybe a little bit of luck.
Oh yeah, luck too, I guess. We have this mini storyline of Amy and this little Coco where they're trying to find their true love, which is I get it, I get this is part of Amy's character now, but I'm gonna be completely honest, I am not a fan of this, because I don't play a Sonic game for romance. I guess it is part of the tragedy of the Cocos and the Ancients and everything that's happening in this game in Starfall Islands, but still, I just don't care about the romance stuff in this game. And I never cared about romance in Sonic games. Why do you think I hate the romance in 06? But honestly, as much as I don't like the romance, I do like the tragedy of it all. And we get something a little bit morbid. The Cocos, well, they're pretty much the souls of the Ancients. So they can finally move on to the afterlife. They can move on. And now, they can die in peace. Oh, never mind. The storyline isn't over yet. That wasn't her true love. Let's keep looking for them. Damn it. Along the way, Sage is still trying to stop Sonic from doing whatever he is doing. Either doing some romance side quest or doing the main quest of defeating Giganto. Meanwhile, with Dr. Eggman on cyberspace.
Keep looking for a way to get me out of here!
I am evaluating all safe options.
Keep up the good work, Sage.
Thank you, Doctor.
Psh, bitch thinks Dr. Eggman is her father.
I am extending the range of my control, but I can still only command a few of the Ancient's relics at a time.
Commendable. But what about finding me a way out of this digital dimension?
I have run 1,700,050 simulations. There is no scenario to safely remove you from cyberspace.
Unacceptable. Keep looking. Make it your #1 priority.
Don't worry, Sage. You're doing great. Along the way, we get a backstory with the Ancients and what happened to them. The tragedy of them. It's so sad.
It's too dangerous!
And yeah, that's exactly what happened to them. At the very end, they were reunited. They were happy. They died happy. They get to move on now. Everything's going to be okay. Amy, after experiencing such a sad thing, she tells Sonic that she wants to go out and share her love like the Cocos used to do. Which, by the way, I find completely dumb because that's exactly what Amy has been doing since like Sonic Adventure. I mean, do you guys not remember Gamma? Do you guys not remember Shadow? I mean, that's kind of something Amy's always been doing. Share the love to the world. Like, are you serious? I'm sorry, dude, but like, you cannot convince me that wasn't part of Amy's character since like Sonic Adventure. Come on, guys. That's just dumb. But right after that, Sonic goes running off to fight the giant titan called Giganto. Finally, Super Sonic will be playable for the first time since Sonic Lost World. Sonic Forces doesn't count because that was DLC! Sonic grabs the 7th Chaos Emerald, and at the time this was super badass, but thinking about it now, the animation and the models, they look really weird. But damn it, this song is a banger. Anyway, the Titan did not stand a chance against Super Sonic. In any other Sonic game, this would be the final boss fight, but no, this is just the first one. That's how you know this is gonna be insane. Super Sonic also gets some visions from the Ancients, which is kind of important. But Amy is still stuck between dimensions with that goofy ass run. I can't blame them. Super Sonic flies to the second island. He gets hit by some lasers. Yep, Super Sonic can be damaged. And then he falls to the sand, rough and coarse. Ugh.
Ah, that's cool. I didn't want this to be easy anyway.
And who's here, you might be asking? It's none other than Knuckles, and Sonic gives him this stare, which is like, well, they're definitely fucking. Sonic and Knuckles argue like they're an old married couple, which is actually pretty funny. Also, you could just feel the sexual tension between Sonic and Knuckles, which is, oh my god, it's super steamy, Jesus. Like, look at Sonic, he's giving him the doomy eyes. Jesus. As Sonic grabs the Chaos Emerald, we get the second Titan, the Wyvern. The design ain't the greatest thing ever, not gonna lie. The Wyvern follows Sonic around all over the desert, but it's fine, Sonic is him, he survived.
You cannot run forever. Final warning. Leave.
That was a warning?
Yeah, man, the freaking Titans aren't fucking around. They want Sonic dead. Sage attacks Sonic, but Knuckles saves Sonic. Knuckles is so cool that he can actually touch something.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Time out!
Time out? She attacked you!
Yeah, it's kind of her thing. But she's trying to protect something. Or someone.
I wonder who she is trying to protect. Along the way, Sonic unclogs a toilet. Yep, there's no way to go around this. This shit is a toilet. Goofy ass Sonic. And then we finally get introduced to Knuckles' main plot point. The soldiers.
Nice work, soldiers. Now let's link up with the main force.
Yeah, you make a great supervisor, Nux. Maybe try fighting next time, though.
Considering what happened last time since he was the commander, I don't think that's a good idea. We then reach the second backstory of the Ancients.
Experienced this before. We're somehow seeing a battle from the past.
Those defenses are impressive. Maybe I should get some notes for my island.
Just like Knuckles said before, these things, oh, they outdo any tribe, past and present. Sadly, just like the other Cocos, they died. Who the hell is attacking them?
I guess the defenses didn't hold after all.
Oh yeah, they are so dead. But let's go back to Eggman!
Then the robot hit him again.
I look forward to your battle reports once we're home.
Home?
I'll integrate you into my system, give you control of the whole EggNet. I'll have you network all my robots. You'll be a refreshing change of pace from Orbot and Cubot.
Something I do like about the story of Sage and Eggman is that over time Eggman grows to actually care for the little AI thing, and honestly it's pretty adorable. However, it is not shown much in the story. It is mostly shown in the egg memos which you buy when you're fishing with Big, which is honestly really sad. Then we get a moment that is actually really nice coming from Eggman, and that is him showing respect to Sonic.
Impressive.
You speak of him with respect as often as you curse him. I do not understand.
Oh, I hate that hedgehog. That doesn't change the fact that he is a formidable adversary. I respect him, but I don't have to like him.
That's pretty cool. And then Sage recommends Eggman a way to escape. Man, if only they could work together. And now Knuckles is acting like an actual commander. You should have done that in Forces, bro. I'm just saying. Knuckles looks at the temple. Well, it looks like a temple. And it brings him back to Angel Island. Man, it's really been that long, huh?
Sonic, this looks like ruins from back home. What if the people of these islands survived and resettled on Angel Island?
That'd make this pretty important.
Yeah, moving into Angel Island, yeah, that seems like a nice place to live in. So after everything we've been through, we sit down with Knuckles, we talk a bit, and how much he's been wasting his life protecting the Master Emerald, and how much he wants to live life. And honestly, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. He wasn't protecting the Master Emerald from many games. Remember Sonic Heroes, Knuckles? But the point is, he wants to live a little. He wants to have fun. He wants to enjoy life the same way Sonic does. And honestly, that's a pretty interesting character arc for Knuckles, and I like that. I like that a lot. And Sage notices that, and now she has an existential crisis. Anyway, now we're gonna fight Wyvern. We're gonna get the 7th Chaos Emerald, and Super Sonic will defeat this piece of crap. Something to note is that Super Sonic always gets these visions about the ancients. It's confusing. We don't know what's going on still. It's a mystery after all. But hey, just like Amy, Knuckles isn't 100% saved. But oh well. At least, you know, they can joke a bit. Just like last time, Sonic goes back to base, and now he is going to rescue Tails, his little bro. But it's not looking all too good for Sonic. He's being corrupted, and that's not good. Oh no, poor Sonic. I do want to mention that Tails' character is done a lot better in here than has been in the last, 12 years? Pretty depressing if you ask me. But it doesn't look good at all for Sonic. Oh boy, he is not doing good. Then we get introduced to the 3rd Titan, Knight. Oh boy, I love Knight. Too bad Chaos Island sucks. Oh wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Then after exploring a little bit, we get the 3rd vision with the Ancients. And honestly, it's just the same. I have to say though, this one is the worst one. It's easily the worst one. It's the most rushed out of the other two. It's just PNGs. It's just photos. It's just stock images of Sonic and Tails looking at the sky and all of that. It's absolutely trash, and I'm so sorry. I really want to enjoy this, okay? But like, it looks so bad. I get it that they didn't have the high budget. Sega sucks. I always said this. But anyway, yeah, going back to the story. I also gotta mention, I love how Sonic is literally dying, and then Tails is so nonchalant, and he's actually smiling and waving at him. Like, yeah, bro, you're totally fine. You'll get over it. Have some Flintstones vitamins, okay? But then Sage appears out of nowhere to talk to Tails.
Yay! Miles Prower, you have known Sonic most of your life.
Yeah? And?
Your imprisonment within cyberspace. The defeat of the Ancients' Titans. Do you trust how he is handling it? With your life?
Of course. I'll admit he isn't perfect, but Sonic has overcome impossible odds over and over again. I know he'll save us all.
So you're saying you have faith in him?
It's not a matter of faith. I've got a lifetime of data to back up my observations.
Your loyalty is founded on empirical data. I can appreciate that. The feelings he inspires in you and the others. Is that a facet of being alive? And yet all your love and loyalty will amount to nothing. It cannot be prevented.
So yeah, basically what she's trying to say is that Tails is basically a burden to Sonic. So fuck you, Tails, I guess. So Sonic walks around and he encounters Sage, and he actually gets a kind of funny line.
What is your end goal?
It varies. Sometimes it's a spinning sign, sometimes it's a big old ring.
Like, yes, this is comedy done correctly, bro. This is how you actually do funny stuff in Sonic, not the Baldy McNose hair. Back with Eggman. Sage is suggesting to Eggman that he and Sonic should work together, and that way they can actually save the world, and Eggman can actually take over the world. That's a smart idea, Sage. He did work with Sonic when it came to the Bio Lizard and Neo Metal Sonic, and she mentions those. So, yeah, Sage is the only smart character here. I'm kidding. And we do see some progression between the two. Sage saves Eggman from, I guess, gun helicopters, which is actually kind of epic. Back with Sonic and Tails. Tails is talking to Sonic about how he is a burden to Sonic, and Sonic is like, no, you defeated the Station Square Missile and the Deadly Six. And Tails is like, well, I'm very, very inconsistent, bro. I mean, you are. You fought against Chaos 6 or Chaos 4, and you were bitching about Chaos 0. Okay, yeah, I can see your point, bro. But Sonic is like, nah, you're pretty cool, bro. You can fly with your ass. That's epic. And you know what? Sonic actually gives Tails a good life lesson. Something that he desperately needed to actually hear.
It's okay if you still need help sometimes. That's just part of growing up.
I don't know why Sonic is so smart out of nowhere. I mean, he has his moments, I guess. As the story goes along, Tails tells Sonic that after this adventure is done and he is saved, they will go their separate ways. And Tails will be completely different when they meet each other again. And look at that Sonic Dream Team, that is not the case. And Sage sees this, and for the first time in her life, she cries. And I was actually really enjoying this, and I was actually thinking to myself, hey, this is a great character moment for Sage, and it's honestly pretty nice. And then out of nowhere, we get hit with the... This scene is absolutely hysterical. One of the funniest things in the entire franchise. I mean it. It has this super sad song with Sage. And then it shows everything they've been through. And it's mostly of them fighting. And it's so fucking funny. I cannot do justice with words. This is the crown jewel of Sonic jokes that are not meant to be a joke. Absolutely cinema. I love this game. I love this. So stupid, so unserious. But yeah, right after that, Sonic enters the cave and what's this? No, not pinball! Anyway, you know the drill. Sonic goes to defeat the Knight, and then he becomes Super Sonic, and actually, a really cool Dragon Ball Z reference.
Here we go, it's the end of the show. You never know your name. 'Cause in the
And just like the last two, Sonic gets another vision from the Ancients. Epic! This is it, Luigi. We're in the end game now. The final stretch. Will Sonic live? Or will he die? We have to climb some towers, and we get more backstories, not only about the Ancients, but the Chaos Emeralds as well. And honestly, I don't know how to feel about the Chaos Emeralds coming from space. At one point, yeah, it is kind of generic and kind of dumb, but at the same time, it doesn't ruin the lore, it doesn't contradict anything. I don't mind it too much. But still, the Ancients go to Earth because they were trying to escape from this being, this evil being that's chasing them. Wow, this being must be an asshole. And as we're getting the backstories for the Ancients, Sonic himself is dying, bro. Like, he's literally struggling.
I call this a skill issue.
Also, the Ancients created, the Titans, so they can fight whatever the hell that being is. But obviously, it isn't enough to actually defeat it. They die in battle, trying to save their loved ones. Honestly, it's kind of sad, but oh well, what you gonna do about it? And also, the impossible happened. Sonic is corrupted. Holy shit! What's going on? Sonic is dead? No, this can't be. This isn't Sonic 06. He can't die. He's the main character. What the frick? I mean, he's not all dead, there is a way to save him, and the way we can save him is not by playing as the characters, not playing as Amy, Tails, or Knuckles. It's by... this is so fucking stupid.
Sonic, I want you to see the hero I become.
Sonic, you still have love to share with this world too.
Sonic, we're even after this. Ha!
Everyone, thank you. I won't let you down.
Well, that's just lazy writing.
Are you seriously telling me all of this could have been easily resolved by holding hands? Do you not see how stupid that is? Who wrote this? Who thought this was a good idea? Anyway, just like many other Sonic games, Sonic and Eggman and Sage will join forces so they can defeat the villain and reach new frontiers. And for a long time, we don't get anything interesting. We get a lot of lore dump and that's it. Nothing important in the actual story, just lore. But now it's time for the final battle. A battle where we have to defeat the final Titan. We have 6 Chaos Emeralds, and thankfully, Eggman has the 7th one. And man, why would I ever want to disappoint Eggman?
Now why would I want to disappoint you?
Anyway, we did it. We defeated the final Titan, Supreme. And this isn't the final update. I'm not focusing on this one right now. I'm going to focus on the main story. And what happens next? Well, the main villain appears. And that is the end. The biggest trash talker in Sonic history. Man, what a wasted opportunity this thing is. But anyway, Super Sonic and Sage actually defeat the thing really easily, I might add. And then Sage does the most noble thing ever. She does a Shadow the Hedgehog, and she sacrifices herself to save the world and her father, Dr. Robotnik.
Please, look after Father.
And that is it for Sage. We did it. We saved the world. And, yeah. Our friends are back. That's nice. But, where's Sonic? Is he dead? He can't be dead. He's Sonic. Sonic never dies, right? Of course he doesn't die. Because he's flying down right now. There he is. Our friends finally celebrate their freedom. They're happy. Hey, it's all good. Frontiers is over. Or is it really? Dr. Eggman is seen, and honestly, one of the saddest endings in the entire franchise. Eggman looks at the islands, reminiscing of his time with Sage, and he's sad. His dear daughter died. And that's it for Dr. Eggman and for Sonic Frontiers. Well, it's not really over. Sonic, Tails, Amy, and Knuckles, they reminisce of their time. It was not fun, Sonic. Really? You serious, bro? But hey, it's time to head back. It's time to go home, live life, have fun. And also, for you Styx fans, she is 100% canon because Amy said so. Why? That's so forced.
Let's go!
But that's it. That's it for our adventure. Here
we go!
It's not really over, is it? Heck no. Eggman is shown working on something on the AI program, and what is it?
Father?
That's my girl.
So which game do I think has the best story? Well, I gotta go with my heart here and say Sonic Unleashed. It is true that the story of Sonic Unleashed takes a huge backseat, especially by the second act of the game, but I love the first and third act way too much for me to not consider it the better story of the two. So the first point! Finally, after an hour, Sonic Unleashed! The boss fights for Sonic Unleashed. Would you actually believe me if I said I don't know how to feel about them? Okay, let's start with this one first. So, the first boss fight technically is the plane mission with Tails, and you defeat this giant Eggman ship thingy. It's not fun, I can tell you that much. But it's fine because the levels themselves are not fun, so yeah. Who thought this was a good idea? Nah, the first actual boss fight is Egg Beetle. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, even though it's really easy and really simple, I still really enjoy it. I mean, it's super fast, it's super energetic, and honestly, that's one of the main reasons I really like Unleashed. Hit it enough, and it will die. Although this is in complete different order, you don't technically fight this second, but here is the Egg Devil Ray. And it's really similar to the Egg Beetle, only that it's a bit more challenging, and you have to be careful not to get hit by the lasers, which it's actually pretty fun, not gonna lie. I do find the boss fight a bit too easy, but it's no problem because it's still a really fun boss fight. Hit it enough times just like the Egg Beetle and it is done for. Dark Phoenix sucks. It's so boring. It's basically a waiting game. I do not like this boss fight at all. Whoever created this thing should die. I hate this. I don't want to fight it ever again. It's so boring. But hey, at least the way the Werehog is taking it out, it's really fun and really epic. Yeah, this might be an unpopular opinion. This is actually my least favorite boss fight in the entire game. Nah, forget what I said. Doc Murray is absolutely worst. It is so boring. I'm not gonna lie to you guys here. This is one of the worst boss fights in the entire franchise. I hate this boss fight. It is so boring. It is so long. It is so nothing. There's nothing about this boss fight. Not even the design. The design is really boring and generic. I hate this boss fight. Dark Guardian. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I do enjoy the part where you actually get to beat the hell out of him, but like, outside of that, it's a fine boss fight. You have to push these pillars so it can get damaged. I never knew how that worked, but still, yeah. You push those pillars and up to the blue thing, so it can take more damage. I mean, yeah, it's not the least logical thing in this entire game, not gonna lie. And here we have Egg Lancer. Hey, I really like Egg Lancer. It's the best boss fight for modern Sonic, and it's better than every single Werehog boss fight that is in the Egg Dragoon. So yeah, this is actually really fun and actually pretty challenging. And I actually really love the aesthetics of this. Oh man. I'm a big fan how this is a combination of the other two robots, you know, like the Egg Beetle and the Devil Ray. That's so good. Also, this boss fight tends to get a little cinematic because you have some QTEs, and they are not that bad. I actually really like them. Anyway, you actually do the QTEs correctly, and you do a lot of damage to the Egg Lancer. I almost forgot the name. But yeah, this is a pretty fun boss fight. I give it like a solid 8, if I am being completely honest. Oh yeah, I forgot about the other ship boss fight. It's just like the first one. It's okay. Let's move on to an actual boss fight now. Like I've mentioned last time, it has the best boss introduction in the entire franchise. Not even a contest. The Egg Dragoon. A boss fight so good, it keeps coming back every single time. Man, remember when Sonic Forces actually brought this back and we thought it was gonna be a cool boss fight with classic Sonic? Me neither. Anyway, what's this boss fight about? Well, you're in a platform, you're about to fall to your demise, up to the core of the earth, and yeah, that's pretty much how this boss fight goes. Sometimes it will break the platform and you will be falling to your death, but honestly, it's still a really fun boss fight as it goes along. Something negative I want to talk about the boss fight is that it is really easy, sadly. I really wanted this boss fight to be kind of challenging, but hey, you can't always get what you want. Anyway, once you're about to defeat it, we get a cool animation where Sonic absolutely destroys the Egg Dragoon.
No! Stay back!
Okay, and here we go, the final boss fight, Dark Gaia. And, woo-wee, what a climax! I love this. Although I'm gonna be completely honest here, it doesn't start off the best way. It starts with Chip and the Gaia Colossus, and we have to fly towards Dark Gaia so we can actually have a chance to actually hit it. We have to dodge those boulders, and sometimes we have to actually dodge a laser from him. This guy is not joking around, bro. Once we reach Dark Gaia though, we get another QTE where we get to hit him. It's not like in the Wii version, which I personally prefer a lot more because at least there you're playing Punch-Out. And here you're just pressing buttons, which is actually kind of underwhelming, not gonna lie. And then we get to play as Modern Sonic, and honestly it's really cool. It looks really cinematic and the aesthetics are amazing, the music's yeah. Anyway, something that I almost forgot to mention here is that once you actually beat one of Dark Gaia's eyes, you go all the way back and use the Gaia Colossus again. That's really fun. And you do the same thing 2 other times, both with the Gaia Colossus and Modern Sonic. And something I forgot to mention is that Sonic has an invisible time limit. So yeah, you can't just fuck around, you have to be very quick but also not die. Anyway, now that we're done with that phase, we get the best finale in the entire franchise. I don't care what anyone says, this is the best final boss fight in the entire franchise. Oh my god. Okay, the beginning, instantly, it reminds me of Doomsday Zone. And if you ask me, that's a big W. Dark Gaia creates this giant shield where you have to take down some tentacles so you can actually, fight it. And while you're doing that, Chip with the Gaia Colossus is fighting Dark Gaia. Also, I forgot to mention this part, but be sure to be fast because you don't want Chip to die, but also be careful because you can get hit by the boulders or by Dark Gaia's laser, and you don't want that. Oh, this is one of the only times Super Sonic can actually take damage in a boss fight, and that is honestly freaking awesome. Anyway, once you take down the shield, we get, more QTEs. Epic! But this time I swear the QTEs are actually really freaking awesome. It's Super Sonic boosting on Dark Gaia's arms, and oh my god, this is so cinematic, I love this! And yeah, this is pretty much style over substance, which is something I don't like mostly. And that's gonna be a problem in the Frontiers boss fights. But anyway, once Dark Gaia shoots a Kamehameha, we had to press the X button like 30 million times. And then after we do that, Chip does a Falcon freaking punch. And once that happens, Supersonic boost to actually take down Dark Gaia once and for all, ending the boss fights here for Sonic Unleashed. So yeah, Unleashed has some pretty good boss fights, and it also has some pretty bad boss fights. But hey, at the end of the day, I like what we got here. Now, let's go to Sonic Frontiers. Maybe the boss fights won't be that super, right? Oh shit! Sonic Frontiers might actually be probably one of the most iconic boss fights in the entire Sonic franchise. No, I'm not counting the enemies you fight in the islands. I'm counting the Titans here. Holy shit, whoever did this cooked. But I have a main issue with the boss fights in this game though. And that was the main issue I had with Sonic Unleashed. They're mostly style over substance. Yeah. Like sure, Supersonic kicking the Titan's ass is cool and all, but like, we're not really doing much. We're just punching and that's it. Like, I mean, like don't get me wrong, it looks cool. It's really cool. The music is fantastic and all of that, but come on, when it comes to gameplay, they're nothing great. And you know what? People will say, "Oh, Frontiers takes this easily because of the songs." Look, man, if we're judging solely on songs, believe me, this game's boss fights are the best in this series. But they're really not. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. You guys may actually hate me because of this, but these boss fights, nothing that amazing in my opinion. Yeah, they look great and all, but I don't need to explain myself further anymore. But I would be lying to you if I said that the first time I fought Giganto, I wasn't hype as shit though. I was literally jumping and creaming and actually, I was going insane because it was so freaking cool. But you know, multiple playthroughs later, I'm like, yeah, this boss fight ain't nothing that special. The Wyvern. Something I will say here, and I'm super glad they did, is that Supersonic is an absolute menace though. This guy is literally chasing that boss fight through the entire map just to actually kick its ass. I don't know about you, but that's absolutely awesome. I love that. Although the boss fight itself, it's the second weakest, Titan boss fight, but oh well. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Frontiers fans. I don't hate the game, I swear. I would be lying if I said that the song isn't a fucking banger. Man, they really cooked with these songs, dude. They really cooked. And now we're gonna go to my favorite boss fight in the entire game, Knight! Now, unlike the Giganto and Wyvern boss fight, this isn't just style over substance. You get to actually do something, which I appreciate. It isn't just a spectacle or eye candy like the other two boss fights. This one, you actually get to do a lot of stuff. Like for example, you can ride the shield so you can attack the Knight. You parry the shield so you can actually hit Knight too. That's so cool! And the song Find Your Flame isn't just my favorite song in the game, it's in my top 10 favorite songs in the entire franchise. And also, like I've mentioned before, Sonic does a cool Dragon Ball Z reference where Sonic cuts the night in half like Trunks did to Frieza. Man, this game's cool sometimes. And then we have Supreme, the final boss fight. And the weakest Titan to fight. Man, was this a big disappointment. It's just Giganto, but with a gun. And honestly, the Supreme doesn't use the gun that much. And it just makes this even more disappointing than it is. And in the second phase, it shows that Supreme is flying with the help of DN. And it just makes this boss fight even more of a disappointment because it doesn't use that to its advantage. And it's just really sad because I was looking forward to actually fight this thing. And it's such a shitty final boss fight. Psst, psst. Huh? Psst, psst, psst. What do you mean there's a secret boss fight when you're on hard difficulty? Oh! What is this? So you were used to how you were fighting as Super Sonic against the Titans and all of that. Well, too bad! The final boss fight that is hidden in a hard mode, it's a moon! It doesn't matter that its dialogue is raw as hell. It's the biggest trash talker in the world and it sucks. I don't say it. It's because of Ian Flynn. Don't judge. Seriously, how do you go from the Titans to this? How? It's fine, I guess. I mean, I like Tohu, but this isn't what we wanted. This is... okay, thank God for the DLC. Because this is absolutely... this is absolutely terrible, not gonna lie. Okay, it's not terrible, I like it, but like, as a Sonic boss fight, it's not good. But it's fine, I'm not gonna talk about that yet. Not yet. Don't get me wrong, I like the boss fights in Frontiers. But if you give me the options, I'd rather have actual gameplay and not just style over substance. So this point, controversial, I know, but it's going to go to Sonic Unleashed. Honestly guys, Sonic Frontier stands no chance here. I'm not even gonna be blunt. I've said this a million times, but Sonic Unleashed has my favorite soundtrack in the entire franchise. So, yeah, this one isn't really fair, so... free point for Unleashed, I guess. Okay, no, but let me try to explain myself. This game has the perfect soundtrack. Everything about it is absolutely perfect, and I think it's the magnum opus of Sonic soundtracks. The level themes are absolutely amazing. It doesn't matter if it's the daytime or the nighttime stages, they're all bangers. Oh, you want me to talk about the Werehog? Sure, you got the ta-da-ta-da-tra, but outside of that, there's also the nighttime stages which are beautiful. The hub worlds for the Werehog, especially Shamar. Ooh, baby, that one is an absolute beauty. It has 2 songs. It's not that much, I know, but hear me out. Endless Possibilities, like I said earlier in the video, is my favorite song in the entire franchise. Doesn't even come close. It's everything that Sonic should represent. It's absolutely beautiful. And, Dear My Friend, although it isn't the best song in the entire franchise, hell, it's not even top 20 for me, but like, it's still a nice song and, you know, brings a little bit of comfort. So, let's talk about the soundtrack for Frontiers. Which, yeah, let's just get into it. I've said this a number of times before, but I actually really like the soundtrack for Sonic Frontiers. Just because I think Sonic Unleashed has the best soundtrack in the entire franchise doesn't diminish this soundtrack at all. Actually, if I had to do a top 10, this would be right there. The main issue I have with the soundtrack is that there's a lot of jingles, which it's not really that bad, but you know, this soundtrack is really big, and when you search it on Spotify, there's no volumes, unlike the Unleashed one. So it's a whole bunch of songs in one package, and I don't know about you, but it is kind of annoying. Like, for example, I'm enjoying the music for Cyberspace Stages, which, by the way, can I just say the Cyberspace Stages actually have some really bopping music? At first, I did not like them. I'm gonna be completely honest there. I did not like them at first, but then a couple listens later, and I really enjoy them. I think my favorite has to be Flowing from 1-2. It's, you know, the level itself, it can be hard at first to S rank, but in my opinion, it's also the best actual cyberspace level. So yeah, and the music Flowing, baby, it's peak gaming, bro. And yeah, let's get into what you guys actually came here. The islands. Yeah, the islands, the songs for the islands are actually pretty nice. My favorites are the theme of Starfall Islands on Uranus Island. Uranus Island is obviously amazing. Rhea Island? Man, Rhea Island, so good. The Kronos Mountain, I actually do really like it. I think my favorite there is either level 2 or level 4 or 5. I just really enjoy them. I enjoy them a lot. And also the, not the Titans, but the other bosses. I mean, they have okay music. I mean, the ninja is fine, and the spider. I don't want to talk about the spider though. Although they are pretty good tracks, I don't think they're really memorable. Okay, let's talk about the real thing now. The final boss theme for the end. Actually, I'm With You is one of my favorite final boss themes in the entire franchise. I'm not gonna lie there. It doesn't beat I'm Here from the DLC, but it's still really good. Okay, I'm gonna count the DLC for this one round. Not gonna count it for the boss fights, but I will count it for here. And I gotta say, I really like the added tracks. You know, the cyberspace levels. They're not as good as the base game, but they're fine. Amy's theme, great. Knuckles theme, I already said it, great. Tails theme, fine. And I'm Here from Killing Queen, absolutely banger, phenomenal. It's also in my top 10 of my favorite songs in the entire franchise. Speaking of Killing Queen, he also sings the themes for Giganto, Wyvern, and Knight. And all of those songs are absolute bangers. Hell, Undefeatable became a huge meme in the Sonic community for, I don't know, a couple months. Those Sonic Frontiers status memes, they're really great. I've done 2 of them actually. Not every song is a banger, obviously. I can say the same thing for Sonic Unleashed. But, like I said, Sonic Unleashed has my favorite soundtrack in the franchise. So, it wasn't really fair from the beginning. I'm sorry, Frontiers fans. I love the soundtrack for Sonic Frontiers. Do not get me wrong here. Oh wait, I forgot the other songs. The original version of I'm Here. I used to really like it. Nowadays, I'm like, why would I listen to this when I have the Killing Queen version, you know? Dear Father is... I mean, it's fine. I don't hate it, but I don't like it that much. Vandalize is a song. It definitely is a song. And One Way Dream. I actually really love that song. I don't care what anyone says. I know a lot of people say that's the weakest song in the whole soundtrack, and I'm like, fuck you, this is the best one. Okay, it's not really the best, but it's really, really damn good. Also, there was one more song in the Final Horizon, but I forgot about that song. Yeah, I don't care about that song. That's actually the worst one. So yeah, Frontiers adds a lot of songs. I think the most since like what? Sonic Heroes, I want to say? Or maybe, no. The most since Sonic and the Black Knight, I want to say, actually. They're fine. I don't hate them, but I don't love them. So, yay! So yeah, I'm sorry, Frontiers, but in my heart, Sonic Unleashed takes the cake here for the soundtrack. So the third point, oh boy, Sonic Unleashed sweep, I'm telling you, bro. Unleashed gets the third point. boy, finally we're getting to the gameplay of Sonic Unleashed. There's two types of playstyles for Sonic Unleashed, one with Modern Sonic and one with the Werehog. Let's start with Modern Sonic first. Man, what can I say for Modern Sonic aside from I have a lot of adrenaline pump every time I play as him. It's super fun, super fast. I think this might be the fastest Sonic we have ever gotten in the entire franchise. And it's not even a contest. This is the first time, at least in the 3D games, where Modern Sonic can use the boost. Sure, he's had the boost in other games like Sonic Rush, but this is the actual first time that Sonic is able to use it in 3D, and I myself am really a big fan of this type of gameplay. Sure, nowadays the boost isn't that good, especially after games like Forces, but by the time this came out, this was amazing, actually revolutionary for the franchise. You reach levels of speed you will never be able to catch ever again, and that is awesome. And of all the 3D Sonic games, this is probably the best he's ever been. Although things have changed. You remember how in other games you had to press the jump button twice to do the homing attack? Where here, you press the X button. It took a little while to get used to, but hey, at the end of the day, I still got used to it. But just like in Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2, you do have to unlock some things. Like for example, the wall jump. You have to unlock the wall jump. And the light speed dash, where yeah, you have to unlock it too. Which is kind of sad. Should have been a permanent upgrade, but oh well. At least it's better than, you know, Colors, where they're only there for the Wisp. That's so stupid. But hey, that's it for Modern Sonic. Overall, it's really fun. Actually, probably my favorite Sonic to play as. I feel like I'm missing something, but I can't put my finger on it. Oh yeah, the Werehog. Oof, oh god. Okay, so the Werehog. Where do I even start with the Werehog, bro? Would you believe me if I said that the Werehog was the reason many people hated the game back in 2008? Man, nowadays people are saying this is one of the best things that have ever come out in the entire Sonic franchise. Where do I stand here? Well, personally, I think the design is stupid. I mean, look at this boy. He looks dumb, he looks stupid, he looks absolutely hilarious. And that's kind of awesome. The Werehog is a combination between Spider-Man, Monkey D. Luffy, and the Hulk, and Kratos from God of War. And yeah, let's just talk about the gameplay now. Well, there's combat for the Werehog. Yeah, combat in a Sonic game before Sonic Frontiers. And honestly, the only reason why I like the Werehog in gameplay is because I really love God of War. If it wasn't for that reason, I would say this is absolutely boring. The levels are super long. Like, holy shit, they can take forever, sometimes even 30 minutes. Platforming can be either really fun or really trash. Like for example, the Werehog doesn't have a drop shadow. So, if you're platforming, you don't know where you're gonna land, so you might fall to your doom, or you might fall on a platform, and it's super annoying. And the combat, oh boy, I said this a million times before, I love the soundtrack for Sonic Unleashed, but man, does it love to repeat the battle theme every single time! And it pisses me off as well because, you know, the music for the Werehog stages are all really damn good. So the fact that I have to listen to this every single time I'm fighting is annoying! Something I do want to mention is that the Werehog itself, it has a lot of combos. And I mean a very lot, like over what, 50? And sure, I don't go for every single combo when I play the game. I just use the same 3 combos every time. But I like the fact that there's options here. It's better than in Sonic Frontiers, although I am getting ahead of myself. It's better than in Sonic Frontiers where there's combos, but they're like so boring. And I do want to mention the animation for the Werehog fighting is absolutely top notch. So yeah, that's all I can think of for the Werehog so far. How about we move to Sonic Frontiers? Oh boy, this might actually be controversial. Man, where do I even start with Sonic Frontiers? Oh man, in this recent playthrough, I have been growing and appreciating stuff from this game and also hating stuff from this game. And honestly, after playing through the whole game, not only the base game, but the DLC as well, I can safely say that the gameplay for this game is... Drumroll, please! Like, don't get me wrong, I get the appeal, I get why people like it and all of that, but honestly, this gameplay is so boring. Like, don't get me wrong, the first island, Kronos Island, really good. Actually, it's my favorite island in the entire game. The first one. So good. I get to explore, go fast, fight enemies. Awesome. Really like it. The design for it, really good. But once I reach Ares Island, for me, it's where the game takes a huge nosedive. Already, I don't like desert themes in video games. I hate them in Mario, I hate them in Zelda mostly, and I hate them in Sonic. Holy crap, deserts are boring. Doesn't help that the enemies that you fight are super boring as well. Like, sure, Knuckles' part of the story is nice and all, but like, man, playing this is so freaking boring. And don't even get me started on Chaos Island. Oh no. Chaos Island is the absolute worst island in the entire game. And once I reach it, I want it to end. I try my best to finish as fast as I can so I can just continue on to go to Rhea Island. Which, by the way, Rhea Island, surprisingly enough, it's not that bad. I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would. And I guess it helps that, you know, the jukebox thingies. Sure, it made me... Okay, not really made me, but it kind of made me want to explore this island. So I guess it did its job. It's a decent island, I guess. And then there's Uranus Island. I'm gonna be honest to you guys. Uranus Island is fine. What pisses me off is that the 5 islands, 3 of those are from Kronos Island. Oh my god, I get it. I get why they did it the way they did. Sega sucks. I said this a million times before. I get it. But holy crap, dude, that is just lazy. After further examination and really thinking about it, I gotta say, which one do I prefer? The gameplay for Unleashed or Frontiers? Well, as you guys already see, I gotta go with Unleashed again for the main reason that it's not boring. I'm sorry, Frontiers. I'm sorry, Frontiers fans. I'm happy that you're enjoying the game, but on my recent playthrough, I just enjoyed the game less and less. So yeah, the point goes to Sonic Unleashed. Don't worry, the DLC round, it won't be long. Because honestly, there's not much I can add to this. The DLC for Sonic Unleashed is fine, it's just borderline harder levels, sometimes even reaching insanity. But that's all there is to the DLC for Sonic Unleashed. I won't talk much about it because that's all there is, hard levels, and that's it. If you want to see how hard these levels can get, then I recommend watching the video from Cabornomani456. These levels are absolutely insanity. And the fact that I had to play them, I don't ever want to play these again. Actually, I'm never playing them again. For Sonic Frontiers, I'm only gonna count the final update because honestly, it's the only great thing from this entire updates. From update 1 to 3, it's the only thing I think it's worth a damn. I already talked about the things I like, what I didn't like, the final boss fight and all of that. So if you watched that video, you probably know. But since you guys probably didn't watch it because it doesn't even have 330 views, I think it's a pretty good final update. Yeah, the difficulty spike is stupid, and I don't like the combat for the new characters, that being Knuckles, Tails, and Amy. And yeah, that's all I can think of right now. And yeah, I do think it's a better DLC than the Sonic Unleashed one, so props, I guess? Anyway, finally, after everything that's happened, Sonic Frontiers gets the first point! And it was at the final round. Yay! Sorry, Frontiers. At least you tried. I know it seems like I've been hating on Sonic Frontiers for most of the video, but really, I don't hate the game. I don't love it, but like, I respect the game a whole lot. And, you know, despite Sega sucking balls like always, I still really respect Sonic Frontiers, even if I think Sonic Unleashed clears it in everything else, except for DLC, but you know what I mean. Sonic Frontiers is a really great step in the right direction. And I know Sonic fans are tired of hearing that, another step in the right direction, but I truly believe that if they can get this, the next game right, Sonic Superstars doesn't count, but if they can get everything right in the next game, everything that made Frontiers work, I think you got yourself a really great game. So yeah, do better, Sonic team. I know you guys have the potential and everything to do a great game, but as of now, Sonic Frontiers, a step in the right direction, and Sonic Unleashed clears. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. This video took a whole lot to do, longer than the Sonic Lost World vs Sonic Forces video, and as you can see, the time, you can kind of tell why. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Happy New Year, because this is the final video of 2023. Bye-bye. So long. Have a great Christmas, or Hanukkah, or great New Year's, whatever. I'll see you guys then. See you in 2024, frickers!